Burnham, right here, will be in the description below. And you can read what I read to you. And a tree stump. All right. There is a bench right here, and I'm going to take just a moment to sit and rest, because this is a lot of walking, and be careful walking, of course, as I keep saying. The ground is uneven and pitted, and what on earth is this thing? Oh my gosh, goodness gracious. We'll take a look-see at this here. Let me use my handy pointer. At the base of that, the gate there. See if I can pan in for you. Where it says, this is page number 11596. Interesting. All because it was sitting down. Enjoying some water and taking a rest. Oh, let me just fix my... All right, let us continue. I have to say the temperature today is 60. It was supposed to go up to 69 Fahrenheit today, and I don't think it was 69 when I left, and it was sunny at that point. It's been in the mid to lower 60s today, and although I've been sweating walking the cemetery, sitting down for a few minutes, I'm feeling it now. It's pretty breezy, and that combination kind of makes me feel a little chilled. I don't have a sweatshirt or my jacket with me, so I'm just going to be freezing off some body parts, I guess. On the other side, the other end of winter, when we're coming out of winter, I might have a sweatshirt on at 50 degrees, 50, but where it's 60, no, I wouldn't have a sweatshirt on. So it's all in what you're used to for the heat, isn't it now? And it's been relentlessly hot and during some of the summer. If you watched my Burlington Hebrew Holy Society cemetery videos, the heat index that day made it feel like 97. It was like walking through a wall of water. It was just really hideous. Oh, here we go. Now, we shouldn't be seeing any of this underside of this right here. So that tells me there's been ground movement of some kind. And we can see the marker right here. So even a marker this size can fall. Just want to be mindful of that. Another urn over here. All right. An obelisk, the Egyptian symbol of eternal life. Let's see. Oh, died 1877. Yeah, see? In 1918, another person died in 1918. So in the comments below, I'm curious. When it comes time for you to die, what kind of marker would you want? Would you want an obelisk? Would you want an urn? Would you want something big that reminds me of that tout reminds me of a bishop's mitre, maybe? I don't know. What do you want? What kind of material do you want for your headstone? Again, marble looks nice, but it's not durable. Granite seems to be the preferred stone of choice. But, ooh, here's an old one. But I'm curious what people would like for grave markers, headstones, all the good stuff. Now, given this is a what would you like, let's pretend that money is no object, because I suspect all I could afford is maybe something like that. Maybe not even that much. But, oh, it's unreadable. Gosh darn it. Well, not completely unreadable. Thompson. Murray Thompson. Born in Essex, Vermont. July 4, 1842. Died in Colchester, Vermont. December, I don't know, December something, 1874, 82 years. Oops. Children, forget me not. Well, I doubt your children forgot you, but, Clara L. Brigham. Huh. Yeah, I somehow doubt the children forgot, but are there any descendants left? Oh, it's not looking good to find this guy's grave, since I'm on the final stretch. Leo Jimmo, 1899 to 1968. Huh. Now that's a lot of plants. See if you can, yeah. That's a lot of plants. Holy cow. Okay. What is that? I don't know what that is. I don't want to touch it either. Huh. No idea. Another obelisk. Polly Walcott, wife of Reverend John Croker, who died February 19, 1885, aged 78 years. A sinner saved by grace. Does that mean she did not go to church? Does that mean she did go to church? Does that mean she found God near the end? I don't know. I'm not religious. But if you know, I would be curious. "22 years when he died." He served in the Union Army during the U.S. Civil War. Sometimes it's easier to read it on camera rather than on the actual tombstone. And that I don't understand, but back to some older headstones, that's for sure. And veteran, Civil War veteran. He died in 1863. So, wondering if you have also ever think or wonder about the lives our war veterans could have had if they had not died in battle or during war for whatever reason during war. I wonder about that. I think about that. But who knows? Perhaps their death is what created the win for the Union Army. The circumstances around that. I think about all this stuff. I think a lot. I think too much, and I can't just turn it off. My brain doesn't work that way. And have you noticed in this cemetery we have not seen too many, if any, French names? Bliss, Mallory, Newton, Severance, Thompson, Cliver, Orvis, Wolcott, Hodges. I mean, a lot of people buried here, but I haven't really seen any French names. And the last few cemeteries I've been in have been all French names. St. Francis Xavier, St. Stephen's, Resurrection Park. Those are all Catholic cemeteries. But I don't think that really should matter all that much. Oh, I wonder. Yes, here we go. This is not the famous gentleman I was telling you about. Oh, that's not good. The headstone failed. It broke right here. And I'd be willing to bet, well, I'd be betting wrong. I thought it might be marble, but definitely this failed terribly. Holy cow. Remember at the beginning I had read to you how W.W. Thompson had 9 children buried here, all who died from diphtheria? Well, here is his grave. And look at all the graves that just go on. Wow. I'm sorry. That's just awful. And the Bombard family here, Maybell, who was born and died in 1906. here's another one. Another headstone that has toppled backwards. Okay, so this had a rod. In fact, here is the rod right here. And we can see, let me see if I can make it easier for us to see. There we go. Hopefully that's a little better. So, there's a rod right here. Right, I'm touching it. And maybe what you can't see is how it broke. Oh, I think you can see that though. It snapped. And now I think this might be the first time I've seen one that's only had one hole in the center. Typically there's one on each side. But it rusts. They rust out. Whoops. They rust out, they break, they fail, and the headstone falls off. You can sort of see how it's rusty as well. It is brown in color. It's brown in color, and it definitely snapped. Are those flowers pretty? Another urn right there. So urns and obelisks. Since you're not here, what you cannot smell is the earth and some grass, dirt. I guess that's earth, but yeah, it's really an interesting combination of scents. I don't smell any food cooking. I don't think there are any places really around here to get food, but interesting nonetheless. Let's take a quick look over here to this headstone. No. Nope. All right, let me keep going. I should mention this is not a church cemetery. As far as I know, this is not a church cemetery. I mean, there is a church there, but that's a newer, I think it's a newer church, but I mean, I could be wrong about that much, but the church being newer. But this is a secular cemetery. Though there was a caveat in the article overall that it could have been a church-related cemetery, and the city, or the town, it's a town, has control over it because of property abandonment, or a church was torn down, things like that. Let's see, we're down this road already. This is a fairly small what's it called? It's a grave marker. Let me walk up a little bit so I can show you. But you can see it's kind of short compared to some of the others we've seen. What is this here? That crinkling is my water bottle. Oh, yeah. And, okay, so this one, we can see 2 holes. Had 2 rods. They're attached to the base there, and they had some glue or paste or whatever that stuff would be. And it all failed. There's writing on here, but I cannot make out any of it. And another one that has broken off from its base. You can look at the bottom of this thing and see the breakage. And we can see the, right down here as well, this bottom piece right here broke off from there. So this was inside the base and it still broke. I've been here, surprisingly enough, over an hour, almost an hour and a half. And now granted, I'm filming, I'm talking, and I haven't shown you all of it. I've shown you most of it, but not all of it. I recommend coming, paying your last respects, visiting these people, saying, I know there's a Severance Road. Is it named for you? Oh, that's interesting. So here we have an obelisk. And at the very top of the obelisk, looks like a dove to me, a carved dove, right up here. That's a first. I have not seen that before. So interesting. And a veteran to boot. Oh yeah, Civil War vet. Ooh, and that one fell face forward. Don't know who was buried there. I like this sentiment note for H.H. Bates. Gathered home. So, when I said we didn't see all of it, I did walk all the way. I started down here at this gate right here and walked that way over a few rows and then down there, all the way around, all the way down there, came up that side and walked this way. So you've seen most of it. I have walked most of it. But certainly you should come and visit yourself. Now, unfortunately, I did not find the grave of the famous person buried here. So I'm going to stand right here at this gate and read to you who it was. And I have a few pictures to show you as well. So I didn't notice any coordinates on findagrave.com, which is where I got this information. Ray Williston Collins, born February 11, 1887 in Colchester, Vermont, and died January 9, 1970 in Burlington, Vermont. He was aged 82, and he's buried here at the Colchester Village Cemetery. Now, this is written by RPD2, who's written a lot of bios on findagrave.com. In fact, I have quoted him in several things I've read in cemeteries. Quote, Major League Baseball player. Played Major League Baseball for 7 seasons, 1909 to 1915, as a pitcher for the Boston Red Sox. A left-hander, he had 3 good seasons before arm trouble ended his career prematurely, and was known as a nemesis to Detroit Tigers' great Ty Cobb. Joining the Red Sox in the 1909 campaign, he won 4 and lost 3 in 12 appearances, but established himself as a starter for the team. He won 13, 11, and 13 games over the next 3 years and helped the Red Sox clinch the American League pennant in 1912. He pitched in 2 series games against John McGraw's National League champion New York Giants, tossing 7 innings in Game 2, which ended in a tie, being called due to darkness, and relieving Buck O'Brien in the 2nd inning of New York's 5-2 victory in Game 6. Boston eventually won the series in 8 games. 1913 and 1914 saw his 2 best years, winning 19 and 20 games respectively. On September 14, 1914, he pitched 2 complete... Excuse me, there's wind blowing my paper everywhere. I may be foiled again. Let me pause this for a moment. All right, I think I figured it out. Let me see. On September 14, 1914, he pitched 2 complete game victories in a doubleheader against the Detroit Tigers. In 1915, arm trouble severely hampered him and helped the Tigers gain a measure of revenge on June 9 when they beat Ray Collins 15-0, causing him to win only 4 games and miss the Red Sox's World Series victory over the Philadelphia Phillies. He retired at the end of the year with a fairly impressive record of 82 wins, 62 losses, 199 games pitched, 90 complete games, 511 strikeouts, and a 2.51 career earned run average. Cobb, the Tigers legend, credited Ray Collins to be one of the toughest pitchers he ever faced, with Collins usually getting the best of him. It was said that Ray Collins once intentionally walked a batter just to pitch to Cobb. When his career ended, he returned to his native Vermont and coached the University of Vermont's baseball team. Unquote. On to some pictures now. So first of all, I don't remember the year this photo of his headstone was taken. Barbara Stromp has added a lot of photos to findagrave.com. And then, if you're wondering what Ray Williston Collins looked like, here he is, right here. And there he is again in his baseball, garb. Alrighty. So thank you so much for coming with me today. I always enjoy taking you with me when I stroll a cemetery. And until we meet again, you have a great evening. I'll see you soon. Bye.